Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, so today I'm going to show you the second part to the self-portrait project. I do want to show you kind of like a final one of what it would turn out to look like. So this one, I did two of them. This was from like a couple of years ago, but it's basically the same exact thing. Okay, so that's kind of like what we're striving. This is kind of like our goal of what we want ours to look like, okay? So it does look like me. It's not perfect, but it does look like me, and I think that you guys will be able to get yours to look somewhat like you. And if it doesn't look exactly like you, that's okay too. Okay, so the first step, you should have your person or you traced on the tracing paper. So here's what it would look like. Get that there, okay. So the second step is for you to take your traced picture and to transfer it to your white drawing paper. Okay, your white drawing paper is your final paper. This is the one that you're going to be turning into me and the one that I will be turning into the company to make it onto the tiles for your self-portrait project, okay? So first of all, on your white paper, on the back of the paper, we need to write our first name and our last name. So you need to write your first name, your last name, then you need to write Walnut Trails. That's the name of our school. Zoom in here. Then you need to write your teacher's name. So if you are in Miss Glavin's class or Mrs. Townsend's class, whoever's class you're in, you need to write their name here. So Miss Glavin 4A, okay, in your class. If you do not know how to spell your teacher's name, they can write it on the board for you guys, or they can just tell you, okay? That is on the back of your white paper. Okay, once you're done with that, turn it to the front. This is the side that we need. I'm gonna make my screen a little bigger here. Okay, and so now we are going to transfer this drawing on the tracing paper to the white paper. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take the side that you drew on. So the side that I drew on is this side. So I have to turn it over. So I'm turning it upside down. So now I'm facing the other way, right? So it's gonna be a little bit different than your picture because you're facing the other way. Okay, now, the reason that we need to do this is because we need to have the pencil side facing down. So pencil side is facing the white paper. Okay, and if for some reason you did it wrong, you will notice that in just a couple minutes because it won't work. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your pencil and you're gonna press hard over top of each of your pencil lines that you originally drew. So basically what you're doing now is you're tracing it again. And you're like, oh my goodness, I have to trace this up again. Yes, unfortunately you do. That's okay though. Okay, so I'm going to trace the entire thing again. Pressing hard. Okay guys, when I say I'm pressing hard, I mean I'm making it pretty dark. If you don't, it's not going to work. You want to try and stay exactly on the lines that you did so you can see them. Okay, I think I got all the lines. And you're going to take it off, and you're going to see that it traced onto your white paper, except if I zoom in here, you guys will see it's kind of a little bit sketchy. As in, like, there are some lines that are light. That's okay. I can still see them well enough to trace it again. So the only difference between this picture and this picture is that this one is facing the other way, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Okay, so then, of course, I would just take my regular pencil now. I do not need this paper anymore. This paper is garbage. I can go ahead and toss it, or if you want to keep it, go ahead and take it home, but you don't need that anymore. The only thing that you will need from now on is just this white drawing paper. Okay, so I would just kind of like trace over my lines here. Just so I can see them a little better before I outline, because my next step is going to be to outline. I just want to make sure I can see them before I use a marker or Sharpie. Okay. I just kind of wanted to adjust my shoulder there. It looks a little bit big. All right, I forgot my arm on this side. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. Fix my lip there. Okay, and so that's it for the second step. Okay, you guys, if this didn't work, if you tried to press hard on your tracing paper onto your white paper and it didn't work, it's because you were tracing it on the wrong side. Remember, pencil side has to face down because you need something to transfer onto it. So basically the pencil from this sheet was transferring onto the white sheet. Okay, so that's why it went on there. Now, if it didn't work, you're gonna need to flip it over and do it again, or try it again. So if at this point you are not happy with how your person looks and it didn't turn out the way that you wanted, you can erase it and you can draw your own self-portrait in. You can just draw it without doing the tracing step, without doing any of that. You can just draw it. If it didn't work, if you don't like how it turned out, up to you. Okay, I don't have a lot of extra white paper. I just gave your teachers a couple extra. So if you needed a new paper and you're going to redo this whole thing like on your own, come down to the art room, come see me, or have your teacher ask me and I will get you a piece of paper for it. But that is the second step to this project. The third step is now to outline. No matter what way you do this, so if you don't do the tracing, if you don't use the picture, that's okay. Like I said, if you want to just draw it on your own, that's fine too. No matter what way you do it, I would like you to all outline. Outlining will make it stand out. It will make it so that people can see you. It will make it a lot nicer looking, trust me. If you don't have something small to outline with, so if you don't have one of those really thin Sharpies or a Sharpie that's new with like a pointy tip, again, come see me. I have them here. You can borrow one. You could also use a black pen. If you have one of those, a pen would actually work really well because you have a lot of small spaces. So here's what I'm doing. I'm actually using a pen right now. That would work too. But do not use a thick marker. Don't use, let me show you. Don't use one of these. This is going to be too thick. It's going to ruin your nice pencil that you did. You need something thin. Don't use a black crayon. Don't use a colored pencil. They're going to be too thick. You need something thin. So you need a thin Sharpie or a thin black pen to outline. Okay, so that's your next step, is to outline. No matter what way you did it, I do want you to outline, no matter what way you did it, okay? Okay, outlined, all in pen. Okay, so that is part 2 of this. So is tracing it onto your white drawing paper, and then outlining. So if you guys have any questions so far, have your teacher email me, or you can come see me in the art room. But yeah, totally up to you, and I'm open for any questions you may have, okay? So the next video that we will do, that I will send you, is going to be the last part of this project, which is obviously going to be to add the colors, okay? So I will see you guys next time. All right, bye.